knowledge into wisdom. And the fires of creation is that process of action turning knowledge into wisdom. We all know, but until we do, it's not the experience and the understanding of the experience that it takes to understand it. Experiential situation is really what it is.
It's not about what you do and all of the things you create or don't create. It is truly about lifetime to lifetime endurance and gaining joy and happiness out of it. It's not about success. It is just about joy, happiness, and love.
Have you been finding yourself stuck in a rut, unable to launch your new projects, not getting the experiences you're looking out of your spiritual experiences? You're trying to start a business and running into troubles? I have special coaching sessions for you. Spiritual readings, Akashic records, healings, all those are available to you. I invite you to come and look at the different journeys that I've done in the live shows that I've done. I'm inviting you all to come on the journey, expand your life, expand your willpower, learn more about sovereignty. We also have the Living the Mystical Life monthly membership. It's a new relaunch of the system where you get all of our live webinars and get access to our Discord server for our live shows. Go to the website, andrewbartzis.com, for more information. Come and join our community, inviting you all to come on this journey as we expand to the universe of the Great Awakening. Welcome, everybody, to another adventure into reality. I'm your host, Andrew Bartzis, the one and only Galactic Historian. Today is a live call-in show. A full 2 hours, the Not Members Area show. So we have a chance to have a bunch of callers today. So if you look in the show description, you can see a link that brings you to the room where you can be a caller. With that said, we've got something to ask you. Please go down to that like button and smash it all the way. And leave a comment in the actual show itself. It greatly helps all of the algorithm recognize the show, as well as check to make sure you are subscribed. YouTube has a nasty, nasty habit of unsubscribing you to our channel, and it is something they've been doing for quite some time. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because, once again, it helps this show get far and wide. We've got some callers already. Thomas, signal to unmute. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, where are
Welcome
you
from
calling
Slovenia.
from? Good. Where are you
Slovenia.
calling from? Welcome.
Slovenia.
What do you want to talk about today?
A lot is happening for me. In Monday, I just decided to go my single way again after a couple of years of marriage. And I was just 14 days ago, I was this one who was in Egypt with the dolphins. And I'm just always wondering what I'm seeing with myself. What is my path? I see a lot of things now in a couple of years through the medicine and from everything else. And I'm always in the question, what is next for me?
What kind
I
of
see
medicine?
something.
What medicines have you been doing?
My still wife, she is shaman, and she was working with the sassafra and cat. And we couple of time of year we took some mushrooms, and we have a lot of people of our meetings 2 times a month, about 30 to 40 people. We have a lot of great results, and then we just don't come close with my wife because, from my point of view, her ego was too big, and I was just, I don't know, growing up. And when you are just become quiet because I don't need to prove anything, I just saw that our way just come apart, and it's just interesting that in this last our shaman meeting, uh, she has some grudge with you, but she don't know you. I listening for you. I don't know for 15 years from the start. And no, I'm just on this new path, and I'm just calling in to see if you see something else, what I'm seeing. And I just saw in this last meeting of us, ours, I just took this buffo again,
Uh-huh.
and I just see my clear way. Who am I? And I
Did you
have just
actually
one
did
message.
you said you took the blue frog? Did you appear on
Yes,
the other side and this side of the reality disappeared?
I took in these 2 years. I think 20 or 25 times this buffo,
Yeah.
and
Did you
I
did
and
you did you appear on the other side of a reality fully?
always I'm of
Tell me about
Alaska.
what you tell me about what you saw and experienced on the other side.
I just see myself like the light, full light, and I'm always when I'm going to buffo for last couple of times. I just in the start I'm just going through time and space, and I just
You didn't meet any entities?
no. I just experienced this like absolute nirvana, absolute peace.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very
And when
common.
I'm come and when I'm coming out, I just have a little message for somebody which is still in my our place. We are do this after our meeting. Some people are staying on Buffo. And my
Right.
last message is just from the simple read. If you don't know me by now, you will never know me.
Okay. But you didn't meet
Yes.
any, have you met any
No,
entities on the other
no,
side?
no, 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 no.
All right.
Oh,
What that's signifying is there's something in your physical reality that's blocking you from actually interacting with the entities on the other side. And that message you got at an end is they are working with you. It's just something in your conscious brain is blocking the interaction out.
Um, yes, I see this with medicine, for a long time, with other medicine,
Right.
that I
It
heard this, I heard this.
it probably signals the time you should just stop doing medicine altogether.
Yes, of course, of course. I
Yeah.
know that for some time, yes.
Well, I'm talking for like 3 or 4 years. Like you should make that your next personal goal is to go 3, 4, maybe even 5 years before you even can allow medicine back into your life. Because there's lots of introspection, retrospection on what you've done in your previous journeys that need personal growth for yourself. And I understand that's actually why you're calling. And I want to say this, you are actually pregnant with possibilities, but you're not allowing yourself to even believe you're special.
Mm, hmm.
Okay.
Yes, or maybe not. Yeah, okay.
Is it fair to say you put a lot of effort into your wife and less effort into yourself because you are amplifying her experience?
Of course. I know that for some time. So because of that, I just make decision that I'm just going my way.
It's more than your way. You have to
Yes.
see it more than just your way. It's not a, uh, it's a new purpose for you.
Yes. Mm, I in this last month I just make a lot of pieces together. Something from my life before, something from the old Egypt and everything else. I just have the clear view who am I from this. But okay, yes, I understand, and I'm already doing that and feeling that. Um, but it's on this my path. I'm just happy because I find the people who are just right for me now. And in this week, I'm just in this like relaxing. And one more thing, now for 1 month, I have this pain in my right leg, and my mother just 1 month ago have this how to say it in English, he have stroke in in her head, and I just after 2 days I go to her, like I saw in the medicine that just give her the peace, and after that I just get something from her and got this pain, and now my three children have the same pain in the back, and only now I just releasing everything and just letting everything go.
Okay. When's the last time you had somebody do significant body work on you?
Uh, I do work. Mm, I make work like every day. I have like 10,000 steps. Everything else I like just look
No, no, no.
do
I'm
in
talking
this.
like deep tissue massage.
In
Deep,
last
deep.
month, I have everything. In last month now, I have a couple standard massage. In Egypt some medical massage. Now I have some Russian to do a really
Okay.
deep massage for a couple of hours.
You need to stick with it.
Okay.
Okay. Here's my recipe for you. If you can maintain two deep tissue, deep, really somebody getting in deep elbow, knees, everything all over you, somebody with hands of steel, you've got some emotional knots about your spiritual journey and your own personal worth that you've got to get rid of. And they're locked into your muscles right now. And think of it like an electrical charge. Every time somebody gets really, really deep and really gets those channels moving, those energy channels moving, that stored up lack of self worth is going to start to dissipate. And new energies are going to flow into you. And it'll be your personal responsibility to start growing this self worth until this new purpose emerges for you. And I truly believe that the healer's path is going to be a part of that journey, but you're going to have to choose how the healer's path works for you.
Yes. Uh, uh, I agree with you about that because when I choose now this my way, a lot of people from our circle just ask me when we will start something that I will lead, and
Right.
I'm yes,
Okay. They're already asking for it because the community is desperate for people that are dedicated to the healing journey. But the technique you have to learn, I think that's where whatever it is that's blocking you from learning a technique. Example, if you were to go and learn myofascial release, like really really deep into myofascial release and integrate that into your spiritual journeying where you assist people before their medicine journeys or after their medicine journeys at integrating the energies because I cannot tell you how many people they have a great or a terrible medicine journey but there's no aftercare.
yes, I know that I think that it's in all over the world is the same. But this still my wife, she did this thing really on some level okay because it was after. We have always after about the people,
Yeah, but I'm
Yes,
talking
okay.
about you and your specific technique that you
Okay.
develop, that you make masterful in yourself,
Yes,
separate of whatever your wife can or cannot do.
mm-hmm.
And that you believing in yourself and having the self worth to go and take a master class and however long it takes you to master it and the practice time to it and dedicating to that part of that the healing work. I used myofascial release as an example
Mm-hmm.
because I deeply understand what's going on in your body and the type of work that you need. And the work you need is reflective of the community you guys are treating with. They too need deep tissue and myofascial work to help them process the shit that goes on in their journeys and how to deal with it.
Okay, I understand.
Okay? And you could just start by reading a book on myofascial release and then finding the passion within it and getting someone to do it. Obviously, you right now you just need somebody to do work on your body, extended, like 6 to 10 weeks. If you could get 2 sessions a week, the angst, the anger, the whatever's invisible frustration in you will start to purge out of you, and then you're going to
O-
see new horizons. And then from there, it's building the courage to say, I'm ready to go master this new part of my life. I am absolutely worthy of it.
Okay, okay. Thank you for that. I'm just wondering one thing about this, about my wife. I
Okay.
just, I'm just sure in this time that that in her is some, I don't know, contract from some, I don't know, from dark side about want to take something from me, some information. Like I was just collecting those pieces in my life now, and I'm just asking you, like I was asking you a couple of years ago with my ex, somewhat ex. This is the right path that I'm just going my way, just go separate way.
You would give up your own community, though.
I don't think that it's my community. I have just, you know, for me, it's just, uh, I have this challenge because she does, she just does not see me. Her, I don't know, ego or something is so
No,
strong.
no, no, no. She cannot see you because you
Yes.
haven't embraced your part of the master's journey.
Okay.
Okay. And for her, that is an egoic perception. And she's not
Yes.
really doing anything to help you on that journey. To say that's darkness is no, that's just ego. Is she holding
Uh,
you back or are you holding yourself back? And the reality is you're holding yourself back, but she's not doing anything real to help you move forward.
Okay.
Okay. Instead of starting at a clean slate, just start by getting the body work and working slowly on mastering the next skill before you go clean slate and start over. You don't need a shocking upheaval change. That will not be beneficial for you. You need the slow, concise set of choices that says, I'm mastering this skill. I have a small community of people I trust. I may not have full trust of my wife, but it's something I can harden myself with my own worth and begin to create something for myself. And when I'm ready to move on from the community, I'll move on and I will not burn any bridges.
Yes, I agree with this, but just feeling for my wife, like see it in the past. I just don't see it anything else. I don't feel anything really for her.
I understand
Hmm.
that. But this is
Okay.
about you letting go of her and accepting yourself first.
Okay. Hmm. I'm
Okay.
just,
You are
I'm
going to
just
let
really,
her go. You are going to let her go. You are going to move on. But right now, you don't need massive upheaval. You need that,
okay.
that growth energy. Okay? I'm
Yes, I
not telling you
understand.
to embrace your wife. I'm telling you to embrace yourself. You're part of
Of
the
course.
journey. Make yourself important to yourself.
Okay. Just another, just different question. I have this paradise on earth, which I'm now in here in this place. It's just on this Adriatic Sea. And I just see something from the past, like that I create this place or my community in the past, long, long time ago. What do you see about this, my place here?
In the community?
No, this physical place which I'm here, I'm saying that this is paradise for me, and whoever comes here into my place, physical place, they just say that it's paradise. I'm just curious from where or when is coming this place from, which I'm just inhabited now, and I'm just relaxing here, off grid.
What about the? I'm not really understanding you about the place you live at right now.
Yes, this is I have here my tiny house, and
Right.
this is just for me.
It is a sanctuary for you. It
Yes,
has a
yes, yes.
sacred energy that is very old in it. And it's why I'm telling you not to create an upheaval. That energy
Okay.
was designed for you, by
Yes.
you, many lifetimes ago, who
Okay,
knew
I
there
know
would
that.
be a future you inhabiting that place.
Okay. I just need another voice like yours because last year we have some special shaman from Ecuador and have this San Pedro, and he said, and all the people from this celebration just say that this energy is just something they didn't ever see. So, okay, yes,
Okay, now
nice.
that you know that, what are you going to do with it?
Yes, I know that I have to do something extra with this place to start here something mine, and just build something in this place.
Exactly. Build your self-worth, build your master skills, begin to implement it on the people that are a part of you and the community you're working with as you're letting go of the other people and creating new paths and journeys for yourself.
Yes, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Yes.
I know you're doing it, but now there's next level doing where you're
Of course.
acknowledging what you have to master and following through with the healing skill you really need.
Yes, this is now the challenge.
Right. Okay. Think of your life before you discovered medicine. What were you doing?
A lot of different things. A lot of things.
You don't
Always
want to go,
some.
do you want to go back to that?
Of course not. I just
Okay.
upgrade myself. Yes.
Upgrade. Okay.
Yes. Hmm. Yes.
You have a very unique opportunity in which you can make some extremely fast growth in yourself.
I know that.
Okay. And it just requires some commitment and courage and dedication, none of which are mystical choices. Mystical, they're all singular choices for you to say, this is my path. It's been revealed to me many, many times throughout my spiritual journey. And now I have to accept it, follow through with it, master the skill, and show the world of medicine I'm ready to practice my medicine.
Yes, I know. I'm ready.
I know you're ready, but you're fearful of your strength. And that's why
That
you
is.
didn't follow through before. And
Yes.
that's why you let your wife be the dominant energy.
Yes. And I have this recently knew my new two new friends who I know that we are walking through lives which are both I feel afraid of my wife, and they just said when you are ready and alone we are with you. What can I do with that?
You got to make a choice.
I know I'm in this crossroad now.
Right.
Okay, I will take this slow separation with healing of myself. Okay. I'm really grateful for everything you give me in this path. I'm really,
You're
really,
welcome.
really
I want you
okay.
to know you are a special being who has endured a challenging journey, and now you got to reap the rewards of the challenging journey and show the medicine world you are ready to be a master in their world.
Okay.
You've earned it. You have earned it.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
brother. It was great
Okay.
talking to you.
The same. Thank you.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
man. Take it easy. I'm gonna move on to the next caller.
Okay.
Let's
Bye bye.
see. Tom, are you there? Signal to unmute.
Hello, Andrew. Can you hear me?
Yeah, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Cape Town, South Africa.
Welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about?
Thank you. It's great to talk to you again. I think I'd like to talk about just where I'm at right now, currently in my life. I seem to be at a bit of a crossroads, a little bit of a limbo space. Yeah, with my current plans. My travel plan, which was to go work and live in Vietnam for about a year or so, maybe up to 2 years, and yeah, that's been a great excitement of mine. Despite my deep love and appreciation for my home, which is, I would say, deeper than anything, which has actually made it quite hard to leave because I'm still here over a year later, and this was my plan already last year. And yet, yeah, tearing myself away is not so much of the problem as my own doubt currently with the world affairs and just yeah, the economy tanking, and I know Asia, it looks like, is getting the hardest hit with the fuel increases. Apparently, I think somewhere about 40% increase now with Vietnam. So now I'm just wondering, realistically, if I'll be able to even, I mean, I'm sure I'd probably still be able to go there and work there, but realistically, saving,
Realistically,
you don't think so?
not at all. Do you know
You
that
don't
they're
think so?
giving work from home orders and that fuel
Yeah.
has a 7-hour wait all throughout the country?
Okay, I did not know that.
You need to
Yeah,
get out of I'm going there for my growth and into the
yeah,
reality of what the country is going through. And this is not
exactly.
going to be resolved anytime soon. Even if the Strait
Yeah,
of Hormuz was open tomorrow and everyone was kumbaya, peace and love and joy, it would take a year to refill the stocks and a year for the fuel prices to come down. And Vietnam is on the bottom of the barrel of refilling their stores. India, China are going to take it all up first.
okay. Yeah, this is what I was concerned about. Yeah, it's funny because the reading I did recently was like basically all pointing towards still going. It was very positive in that direction. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a little bit of a confusing time because of that. Yeah, I have a friend that's been there for years. She's been very happy there. She was going to help me and help me find work, and I would be able to stay with her. I haven't checked in with her for a couple of weeks now. I don't know how things have changed since then, but yeah, I think I'll at least check in with her and see what she says, just so I can get.
What
Yeah,
kind of work
sorry.
were you going to do? What kind of work were you going to do when you get there?
I was going to be teaching English. Yeah, teaching English in person to kids and adults. But that excites me more than doing it online. Online, that's since COVID, the market's been quite flooded, and yeah, I think I'd get, it's a lot more rewarding on all levels. I think doing it in person, anyways. So
what is the dream of Vietnam mean to you?
I would say, yeah, it's the travel bug's been biting me since my last trip which was to India 7 years ago, which I really enjoyed. But I would say many reasons. It's the Asia draws me more than anywhere else. I would say, besides the affordability of it, I would say it's just, yeah, it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, amazing food, and also great work opportunities. Enough with a great quality of life, and yet still have enough to save. Well, at least that was the case. I don't know anymore, probably not. So yeah, and then of course, yeah.
Let me ask you a probing question.
Yeah.
What's pushing you away from South Africa?
I would say work opportunities is a big one, because my work has dried up, and yeah, I did just come across some work now as of literally just tonight, at least back in the film industry, which would tide me over, but I think that's more of a temporary thing. They are, I'm sure I can make a plan, but it's just, I'm feeling like a little bit stagnant, and I've been feeling this way for a while. Like, yeah, I feel like a little bit lost in terms of like actually, finding decent work. And yet, at the same time, on other ways, I've been really happy. I've been really enjoying the community here. It's our community is so strong, and just on so many levels, it's been really amazing. And we got, both, I mean, just both where I'm living on the land, my actual home, the community in the festival scene, the community of the whole area that I live in Cape Town. Just the country I live in is amazing. And that's what's made it hard to leave. And yet realistically, I also need to make money. So it's been a bit of a thing.
And you're not ready to take a regular, everyday, normal job?
I tried that, and it didn't really work out so well. And then, like, my transport got stolen in the last recent weeks, which I was taking as like another sign to go. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting mixed signals. So I don't actually know.
You are getting mixed signals.
Yeah.
So you kind of know the way I work. Right now, there is a propaganda line making it easy for you to leave South Africa. Making it
propaganda
very
line.
easy. Oh yeah, everyone's got their own propaganda.
Yes.
Okay? All right. Right now, you're listening to that propaganda. Now, that propaganda has a spark of truth. The opportunities in Cape Town are limited for you. Okay?
Yeah.
But they're not out of reach where you can find something that you can make enough money to just be above survival level. Okay? There are opportunities there for you. But I will personally tell you, Vietnam and Asia are not for you. They are not for you. They're not. They are going to, how do I put this? Give you some very harsh realities when it comes to the spirit world in Vietnam and all throughout Southeast Asia.
Spirit world.
Yes, they are going to be very challenging adaptations for you. The negative forces you're used to dealing with in South Africa will clash with what's the negative forces there, and it'll also clash with the positive forces.
Yeah.
You should be looking someplace in the Mediterranean. If you really want to find best opportunity for economic growth and spiritual growth, the Mediterranean is probably a better look for you.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to give that some more thought, but specifically where in the Mediterranean.
Well, here's where you got to do your research. You got to get some time to go and feel the energies, and the whole dream of teaching kids English. That's
Yeah.
one of the oldest lightworker propaganda lines since the dawn of lightworker existence.
Okay. In
Okay?
what way?
It's fake altruism. I'm going there to teach the kids English.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily kids. It was not the big part of the equation. That was actually more of a
I'm going
recent.
there to teach the less fortunate people another language.
No, actually, it's something that's, well, in one sense, that I don't know where you're getting that from, but it's an incredibly popular thing.
I'm getting it from your actual propaganda line, the energy of the word you gave me.
Which word?
Literally, when you said, I'm going to teach English, the job that you would do over there. There is an energy behind it that reveals more truth about you than you may realize.
Yeah, it was an idea because it's almost seemed like a no-brainer. It's the most popular one that so many people I know have done, are doing. Not necessarily spiritual light worker people. Any kind of people do that work. It's a very mainstream.
You also know it's that job is the highest turnover rate ever. People cannot handle it longer than 4 or 5 months, 6 months, and they quit on it.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Yeah. I mean, I've mostly only heard good things.
Nope, the turnover rate on that is very high.
All right, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, any other advice as in terms of lines of work that you would suggest instead of that?
First thing first, you need to reevaluate who you are, what you are, and where you're going to go. Okay? And say, I am far more worthy than what I have right now, and I have to live up to my worth. Okay?
Yeah.
And part of that reorganization is going to go, what temporary work can I find so that I can make a journey to the right place for me?
Yeah.
And then go explore those right places. You've got the travel bug. Travel then.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you still think that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Even with the current world situation, you think traveling, it's just not necessarily Asia, but you think it's still feasible, still viable, because I mean, of course, not just Asia that's getting hit. It's a global thing. So yeah, I don't know. I was tending to try stay away from the West. I don't know. Someone mentioned Spain. Spain came up recently, which is in the Mediterranean. So maybe I could look into that. Ideally, it'd be someone that it would be a place where I had friends or someone that I could help me along the way. But
you can make friends between now and then too.
Yeah, this is true.
You are a social person. Yeah. The Mediterranean is a huge environment. Okay.
Yeah.
Morocco's on the up and coming. They've invested into big tech and other businesses too. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Egypt, Israel, and Turkey aren't the best right now, but in the future they may be. And then you've got all the other Baltic countries there.
Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about heading there. Yeah, as long as it's like
there's an entire tourist industry that could hire you right away.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Spain is definitely looking for people. Yeah, I'll look into that. Could be on something there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Expand your horizons. That's my big message to you.
Something I definitely need to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's my passions and interests. Unfortunately, don't seem to be the biggest money making. I did do a massage course last year, and I got the massage bed. something I should probably get into. And I could definitely relate to a bit of the previous caller's journey or where he's at right now and what he's going through. I could, that Tom also there were some things, some resonance there, I think.
Have you ever looked into cruise line jobs?
I have friends that do it. It's quite a popular thing with South Africans. Yeah. And
you have a massage. You have a massage license. You could go.
I've done a course. Yeah.
Yeah, you could go do that on a cruise line for a year. Make a pretty good chunk of money too, and get the travel bug, satisfied in you.
Yeah, I guess I could try to speak to my friends that are in that industry and see what they say about that. Maybe I have a connection there. See what they say. Not a bad idea.
Again, it's about new horizons for you. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. No, well, thank you for that advice. It's a very, very interesting time, I must say. I'm incredibly fascinated with everything going on in the world right now. I think politics has never been more interesting. It's wild out there.
It's gonna get a lot darker. And I've been saying this since the beginning of January. You think it's dark now? Wait till July. Okay, July's gonna the rest of the year or before the year. Hold my beer.
No, exactly. The Western Empire is really collapsing, it looks like. And that's, I guess, definitely not a bad thing. But yeah, as they say, the night is darkest before dawn. So I of course, we're only getting into the thick of it now. I mean, honestly, I thought, where we are now is where we were at back in 2012. But now we're really getting in there. It's like really amazing to see, actually. I mean, despite how dark it looks on the surface, I think, it's actually exactly what we need. So, I'm still, the diehard optimist that I'll always be. But yeah, I'm really hopeful. I think it's all working out. What are your views on the war in Iran currently at the moment? I know it's a bit of a not specific question, but any
it's such a hard way to tell what's actually going on there because both sides are a propaganda to the extreme. Everyone's holding back the truth. I think the American military has suffered major losses and is covering it up, especially their forward operating bases. I think
that's very clear.
Country of Israel has very heavy damage to its civilian infrastructure. We already know 300,000 Israelis have been evacuated to Argentina and another 150,000 to the various Greek islands. And if they've secretly done that in under a month, how bad is it really? We know their water, power, and sewage have been hit. We know their military has taken major losses. They can't keep covering this up. And it's going to be like a cancerous tumor suddenly metastasizing. And this is probably why Trump's going to pull out of the war in the next couple weeks. He's looking for a way out and a new story to cover up his disastrous loss.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what happens to Bibi Netanyahu, the president of Israel? Either his own people kill him in office, and they start
if he's still alive.
They are pariahs to the world right now, and their AIPACs and their political organizations forcing a form of thought on other people is crumbling worldwide, and the Zionist perception is truly challenged as a political front right now. Will it figure out how to change? I doubt it, but that is what's happening. But we also have the religious zealots in charge of Iran, and the religious zealots in charge of Israel and all the secret societies of the last 1,500 years pushing for a prophecy. How
Yeah.
do you stop
Yeah.
that momentum? By their
Yeah.
prophecies not coming true, by their own people witnessing the self-destruction of their own countries.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's clearly such a deep spiritual cultic war that's just, there's
Right.
so many different facets of it, and it's in a religious war, it's been a long time coming, and yeah, I know, of course there's propaganda on both sides, but I mean there's still ways of,
It's propaganda unlike we've ever seen before.
yes, and yet
It's
there's
the
still ways of
highest,
discerning the truth, I think.
right.
Um,
No way, and you just said it. There's no ways of really discerning the truth. We can just get an educated guess.
an educated guess, so I mean, I have friends that seem to have, like, their finger on the pulse, and I'm seeing lots of footage of Tel Aviv getting, like, just bombed to smithereens. And I'm sure, like you said, there is quite a lot of infrastructure being damaged because we're hearing about it all. And yet, like I've checked in with my Israeli friend, and who lives in Tel Aviv, and she still seems like she's doing okay. She's going to the shelters very regularly, but she's still hanging in there. So, that's positive.
It's not the city of Tel Aviv I'm worried about. It's all the outlying cities and corporate infrastructures, their fish farms, their white phosphorus plants, their farming. Israel has developed some very advanced fish farming, in inland sea fish farming. Some of the most advanced fish farming aquaculture farming everywhere, and they have been selling this technology to the world. All those companies are decimated, not from the bombing, from the being closed as businesses since October 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, their civilian business world is destroyed, absolutely destroyed.
Yeah,
Then
for sure. I think Israel is collapsing.
Right. Then you put the bombing onto the actual infrastructure. The power to those aquaculture plants is probably gone because the aquaculture plants aren't in the city of Tel Aviv. They're 60 miles outside in the smaller cities where all the labor is, the cheap labor that didn't come from Gaza.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's pretty clear that the country itself is unraveling and collapsing. It's very divided.
Exactly.
There's no coming back from this. There's just, it's the cat's out the bag, and the whole world can see it for what it is, for anyone truly paying attention. Despite all the propaganda. So it's wild, really. It's an amazing time, and they really, bit off more than they could chew this time. We're starting this war with Iran. Like they thought, you'd think they would learn last year from that 12 days war, just how much Iran pummeled them in 12 days.
They didn't learn because the religious zealots are in charge.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's more going on here about not learning. We are now starting to learn that every time the Americans try to negotiate with what's remaining of the Iranian government, the Israelis are killing the ambassadors, killing everyone they negotiate with.
Yeah, no, I know.
No one is standing up to that and slapping the shit out of them and saying, "Stop killing the negotiators."
Yeah, and then they kill the supreme leader, who just gets replaced by the son, who's even more zealous than the supreme leader.
And they've They've created martyrdom, which is what that supreme leader wanted to be martyred.
Exactly. That's why he didn't hide. Unlike Netanyahu, who's, my brother thinks he's in hiding. I'm not convinced that he's even still alive anymore, because, all these AI...
He's alive. He's alive.
How do you know that for sure, though, with these AI videos coming out?
He actually did a live interview with actual real reporters.
Oh, was that recent? I missed that. Okay.
That was last week. I agree.
Okay.
For a long time, I thought he was dead too. Okay.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
he finally came out and did a live interview with live reporters who asked live questions. And I think he
Okay.
was in hiding. I think what happened is he went to go meet with some people, and Russia or China told them the meeting was going on, and they had like 5 minutes to evacuate before a hypersonic missile hit him, and he got injured enough where he needed to go to a hospital, and he lost a
Yeah.
whole bunch of his generals and air marshals. That's what I think happened.
Okay.
And ever since then, he had to be on his plane flying around because he know Russia and China are giving his live whereabouts. And they were literally trying to target him with hypersonic missiles that have about a 3 minute flight time at 11,500 miles an hour. From the moment they launch it to the moment it hits,
Jeez.
you have 3.5 minutes to get out.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Yeah, no, they really did underestimate the Iranians. What a formidable enemy. I mean, they're just incredible, incredible people. I
It's
mean,
a colossal
yeah,
failure of military intelligence.
yeah,
Mossad
on
was supposed to be
huge
the greatest
magnitudes.
right.
Yeah,
Mossad was supposed to be the
yeah,
greatest intelligence organization. It is not. It's a colossal
no,
failure.
no, they really got outwitted here. I mean, they're dealing with the people that invented chess. So, I mean, it's like,
Right.
it's like,
Okay.
I remember you saying years ago, you always kept going on about the Three Stooges,
Yep.
and I I really feel like that time you're talking about is now, because like
It is.
politics, and it's really never been more of a joke when you hear,
Right.
what the US, what Trump has been saying, and what his cabinet has been saying, and it's like literally just full it's a circus. It's a complete clown show, it's just literally
I've got
just
I've got
yeah.
a modified statement. It's Three Stooges meets Benny Hill now.
Okay. There
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
With the Epstein
yeah,
files and UFO disclosure in the
yeah,
background, dangling in the background.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's really entertaining. I'll give you that. You can't the entertainment factor is like, wow, what a reality TV show of amazing, amazing ratings. I mean, the jokes write themselves, kind of thing. It's like,
Exactly.
wow, yeah, it's
Okay.
it's wild. Yeah,
Let's say more than likely Trump will pull out. Like he's not trying to get a girl pregnant, pull out energy. He's just gonna whip
yeah,
it out
yeah,
and spray his load everywhere, and he's gonna go, "All right, I won. I'm out here, guys." Which he kind of said yesterday in his speech to Europe: "If you want the oil, go get it. Fuck you. I
yeah,
started the
yeah,
war. You can finish it." It's basically what he
yeah.
said.
It's
And that
exactly.
means
It's really embarrassing.
Europe will have to grow a set of balls, and that means China and Russia will do all the negotiating with Iran. And the
Yeah,
Gulf
but
states cannot let Iran dictate the whole region.
well, do
Okay?
they have much of a choice at this point?
Oh, they
Because
have plenty. They have plenty of choices. They
but
have
then
enabled Iran like a cokehead child. They were never ready to punish, and they called in the neighborhood bully, America, to punish the cokehead child they should have taken care of on their own. And now they have to reap
yeah,
what they've sown. And they must take a very aggressive stance to the religious mullahs in their own countries so that it has a knock on effect to the entire religious world of the Muslim world.
yeah, but they don't seem as smart as the Iranians. With all that a massive budget that they have, and all the amazing toys that they bought from America in their military. They just don't seem to have the military capability, because they just don't. They're not trained as well. They're not as smart. They're just not going about it in nearly as strategic of a way. They just seem to be
They still
frozen.
operate under a kingdom and a religious perception, theocratic perception. That has to
It's
be be pruned at its core. That's why they
they're
can't
monarchies.
maintain military people in military scenarios because they too easily are converted to extremists.
Yeah.
Example, Qatar is so bad they outsourced all of their military to Indian mercenaries.
I
Okay,
didn't know that.
right. Okay,
So
instead
now
of
they're joining Iran's side. Now they're
right.
placating to Iran, yeah.
Okay,
Which
and
is not
that's
it's smart actually.
in engorged wealth and absolute hubris that they didn't deal with their
Yeah.
own countries over the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay, now they must deal with it. That's how. That's it. Like if Russia and China come in to do the negotiations through Pakistan and India, what that means is Pakistan will be the central focus to get Iran to the table, dealing with the religious mullahs, and then Qatar, Saudi Arabia, etc., will have to begin making religious deals within their own country to de-radicalize. Okay, and if
Yeah.
de-radicalization comes, they're going to tell Iran, if you don't de-radicalize, we are going to shut the Straits of Hormuz on you. Now, the all the Gulf states have their own ballistic missiles. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, no.
They do. They have just as many missiles as Iran does. Why are they not firing their missiles?
They just all seem frozen. They all just seem like scared
The
and what to
religious
do.
communities have so much power within their own country. You can't buy off the religious zealots. You have to prune them at the core. Okay? They
Okay.
have military advantage. They could they could start launching their own forms of cruise missiles and start landing them all over the country on not civilian targets, the military targets. They're not doing that though. America pulling out will force that hand.
Yeah, I thought they were just a bunch of monarchs that were put in
They
place,
are, who have invested
Yeah.
$12 trillion in military assets in the last 20 years. $12 trillion in military assets.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, I can't even fathom it, man. Yeah, and then speaking of alliances, like, I mean, what do you think about BRICS? Because I mean, it's it seems like the tides are already turning with the powers, and now all the different countries are kind of instead of allying and making deals with the West and with America, they're now kind of making deals with themselves, with China and Russia and India and even my own country, South Africa, like a founding member of the BRICS. I find that quite interesting.
My real view of BRICS is a joke. Without
Okay,
Brazil,
yeah.
without Brazil, a solid, not authoritarian, because Brazil went authoritarian, okay, and it has
Yeah.
extreme religious ties to the Catholic Church, etc. Until Brazil turns itself around significantly, BRICS is a joke, an absolute joke.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think about Brazil.
What is
Yeah.
India? What is India to BRICS? India is a country just like China. It will backstab you and call you the best friend at the same time.
Yeah, well, they're kind of pro-Zionist, aren't they?
No, they are not pro-Zionist. Oh hell no!
I thought they were like
No,
pro-Israel, India.
no. Do you
Okay.
know that you've been to India, right? You know there's 554 political parties in the country, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not
Can you
surprised.
imagine 554 political parties in your country?
No, that's bad enough as it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah, it's funny. Just like I did not see. I mean, I don't know if many of us did see the whole thing coming with Iran. Like I mean, it's
Okay.
like I know you also. Sorry.
I want to say India is just like Turkey. There are 10 criminal families that took over the country in the early 1980s who are politically bribing all the political parties to somewhat agree. And that's what Prime Minister Modi is. the head of the criminal organizations using their blackmail to get the country out of third world status, because the most of the country is third world status.
Yeah. Developing rapidly. But, yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not
Are we
developing
still
rapidly.
are we still talking about India? Sorry.
Yeah. India is not going forward. In fact, most of India is going backwards.
Okay. That's not what I heard. I guess I had the wrong source.
Okay. No. You got to understand. India is not Mumbai. India is not the two big tech cities.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of China more. Maybe that's more China. Hey.
Okay. Their infrastructure projects are failing as bad as China's Belt and Roadway. The bridges they're building are collapsing in 2 years.
Oh. Yeah.
Whatever infrastructure they're building, their own corruption makes it useless. Imagine you build a bridge that cost the public $30 million and it collapses in 2 years.
Yeah. I mean,
we're not talking one bridge. We're talking hundreds of bridges all over the country.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it's just interesting to think about those three countries in general. You know, China, India, and Russia being the biggest and most populated countries in the world. To think about what that their future will be and their power and their influence will be for the rest of the world. You know, like particularly Russia, I find is quite an interesting one. China as well, but with Russia, it's been really fascinating me for the last few years, because I know you're also a big Ring Cedars, Anastasia fan, and I'm a big one too, and just reading them all. You know that Edgar Cayce prophecy. In the future, Russia would be the light of the world, and I feel he was talking about these times as well, because all those prophecies that Anastasia had been making have all been coming true, and I think Russia's will be, probably like the next chapter coming up, because now all the focus is on Iran and the Iran war. But I think, and now Russia's just pledged to support Iran, if America invades and puts boots on the ground, then Russia will be there, doing the same, which is quite an interesting development. But I mean, what do you think about the whole Russia kind of prophecy and everything going on there? Yeah.
So Edgar Cayce is hit and miss on prophecies.
Yeah, like most people.
So is Russia poised to be a light for the world? Yes, it is. Yeah. But not for the Western world. Not for us. Not for us. Okay? It'll be a light for India, China, North and South Korea, Asia general, the Pacific Islands, possibly Australia. Not Africa. Definitely not Africa. Okay? It's poised. Does it mean it will seize it? I think politically there would have to be significant changes in the way they do business, because they also have criminal oligarchs running their countries, okay, as does a lot of Europe. And for Putin to seize that role of setting Russia up to be a lighthouse, it will have to take care of its own criminal organizations, because it will poison whatever deals they make. As will China and India. If either of them step up, their own corruption will poison the well of whatever they create.
Yeah, but that's a worldwide problem. That's corruption in almost every government in the world. Besides Bhutan, I would say pretty much every government's corrupt. So it's the governments are the problem in the first place. We need the whole system to collapse.
And the corporations that support it. Okay?
Yeah.
So can the prophecy have a nugget of real truth? The answer is yes, but the makeup of the world makes that very hard for that prophecy to have any feet and go any distance.
I think on a grassroots level, it's already showing itself. What were those people called in the Ring of Sealwood series, the Dushkas or the Dutchniks? The
Yes.
Dutchniks, the farmers of the land, and in that prophecy that, the government would be giving away free land. I mean, of course, it's the biggest country in the world, so they certainly got enough of that to throw around. But, that all those things have been coming true, and and just giving the people that power to do what the land with whatever they want to do with it. And, that's, I think growing our own food is literally like the most important thing we could be doing at this time, with everything collapsing with foods,
growing your own food is the most biggest thing you can do to battle globalism and the global
exactly.
order. The first thing globalists did was take everybody's food production and take it away from its own country so they could raise prices worldwide.
Exactly. So I think that's what they're doing with fuel.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing they're doing with fuel. At any point, South Africa could have invested into offshore natural gas and never had a fuel shortage since the 1970s. It didn't. As did the majority of any other country that has ocean property. The natural gas is there, and it's not deep well drilling.
Yeah. They're saying that the fuel thing is like quite possibly an artificial. I'm sure there will be shortages, but at the same time, like not as much as they're implying. Like this artificial, basically exactly what you're saying, to skyrocket the prices and to collapse the economy and then to bring in the whole Agenda 2030 thing.
You're right on. This is them trying to force a great reset.
Exactly.
There are still ways out of it. So
I agree.
The fact that there's an oil shortage already, it shows a lot to the whole world that the globalists are still in charge and they're still in power and they're still fulfilling their thing. But the last time we had the World Economic Forum, they were brought to heel. They turned tails. They turned their stomach to Trump and basically said, all right, globalism has failed. But the rest of the oligarchs of the world who didn't go to the World Economic Forum are fighting back hard.
Yeah.
And that's all the religious zealots and secret societies.
Yeah. So I guess best advice is to just keep on keeping on and doing the groundwork, just growing our own food and just focusing on our communities, I guess, and for not giving into the fear.
For you, it's broadening your horizons. Okay.
Yeah. You mean with work?
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. Broader horizons means more opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. Something I need to do. I really enjoy my life. I feel incredibly blessed, to be part of this community and to be doing the work that we're doing and the medicine work. And, so it's like I just had one of the most incredible experiences of my life, a few weeks ago, where it was this gathering of the tribes, and it felt like a fulfilling of a prophecy, like an initiation into the new earth together, because it was, these tribes literally gathering and doing ceremony together, breaking bread together and just celebrating life. And it was amazing to be part of that and to witness that. And I mean, I've had a little bit of something like that before, but not to this level, not to this extent. And it was like that prophecy, which Native American prophecy, the rainbow, gathering of the rainbow tribes.
Yep.
The warriors of the rainbow.
We are living that right as the
exactly
coming on to pop, and the rainbow tribes come together in ceremony to break bread. We are living it.
Exactly. I witnessed that, and I was a part of that, and just being in service, helping serve that food was honestly, it felt like one of the greatest honors of my life. And felt like my whole life had basically led up to this moment. And I guess, that's what we're all here to do, is to be in service. Nothing makes us happier, because that's, whatever, how, where whatever role we're meant to fulfill, from the humblest. I mean, it's all humble, I guess, ultimately. So it's just finding that purpose, and then still yet trying to find a way to make money from it, I guess, while money's still around, while money's a thing. Because I've been wondering how long that's going to last as well,
Well into the 2030s.
Yeah, I figured it would be somewhere around there. Yeah.
Money is not going away anytime soon. Governments aren't going away anytime soon. And we have to understand that at a fundamental level. We have to learn to work within it and expand our horizons within it and discover the opportunities that we can create for ourselves. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not selfish to do that.
No, exactly. Yeah. No. That's like my teenage self thought money would have been gone, by now already. But I think I was just maybe jumping the gun a little bit there. Yeah.
Smoking a little too much opium.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, a diehard optimist. I'm in my 30s now, and it's an interesting time of reflection coming out of the sun return, but it didn't hit me as hard as I thought it would, and it's just like, I think that was the challenge. I was so looking forward to having life challenge me, and I think the challenge is just having that discipline and that courage to just challenge myself and push myself out of my own comfort zone, and to actually, like you say, broaden my horizons, Yeah. I don't know. My higher self seems to be a pretty chilled guy. I don't know.
Maybe he's got a plan. He just got to listen.
Yeah. It's exactly. Trying to figure out what that plan is still. Yeah.
Well, here's where journaling and chronicling about who you are, what you are, where you're going, what you're doing, what your motivations are, and then going back and reading them over the next 6 months will reveal a lot about you. And you got to see it as letters. Your journals are letters to yourself.
That's some good advice. I'll get into journaling. Yeah. All right. Yeah, something I need to do. Yeah, that was one of the things that came through recently, actually, is writing a book. But I guess, journaling makes more sense to me. Just writing a book, that didn't really make sense. Yeah. So, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. There you go. Move on to another dollar. It's good talking to you.
Yes. Yeah, you too, Andrew. Until next time. Cheers.
All right. Mate, you are next. Signal to unmute.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going, Mate?
Oh, going pretty good.
What do you want to talk today?
Well, I was trying to figure that out myself, because there's like quite a bit. I really want to talk about something in particular more than anything else, but I do want you to know about some of the other things I've done.
Okay.
When you told me to kind of slow down and everything, and spring break came around and I started making some money with Uber, I changed my mind, and I'm planning on selling the work van, and I want to buy a drone and start trying to make money with that. I know it's not like a super great, easy way to make money right off the bat. It's going to take a while to work that up, but I'm hoping I can supplement it with the Uber in the season and try to work something up towards the end of the year. I'm willing to invest quite a bit into it, and also working a lot with AI, which, we'll see how much that helps me with it.
Right. You're not going to do construction anymore?
I don't want to, no.
Why?
Because I don't like waking up for it. Basically, it's just it's too much of a drag on my day unless I'm doing it the way I earlier thought about it. But even that's not a good idea. Just like you talked me out of it. I rather have something that I wake up for, much happier, and and drones is going to allow me to, if I can eventually settle into like better places. I've looked into a lot of stuff, and I know I won't get it in the first couple of years, but like just doing the monthly monitoring of like cell towers and stuff like that, those are really good gigs. And I'm just out in the nature doing the same thing that I always like, driving around and not really having to deal with too many people and stuff.
Okay.
So I just
when you
thought
go
it
to
aligns with the nature better. That's all.
when you go to sell the work van, are you going to take a loss on it?
I don't know yet. Right now, the problem is that I don't have it registered and insured. And with talking to the AI, I'm kind of thinking that I definitely should, because I'm taking too much of a loss on having that, and people are not looking at it like this, and I'm gonna lose more money on it than just having it registered and having some kind of insurance on it, or having temporary something on it. So I'll probably do that in the next couple of days, and I might even make money on it rather than lose money.
Exactly.
So I'm really happy with that.
Minimalize your loss.
Yeah, so that's huge for me if I do make some money on it. But even if I don't, I'm just happy that I feel far more comfortable with this idea than the other idea in the long term. So the way I was thinking about flooring is like, let's make some money in 2-3 years, and then pivot into something that is more I can enjoy more than. And then when I thought about how I already have all this money invested in there, and if I sell the van, basically I have enough money to get started. What do I need 2-3 years flooring for? If I already, I've been thinking about the drones for literally over a year, so it's not something brand new.
Okay. Are you going to go to drone? Are you going to like take a drone flight school or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. I want to do that in the next couple months. Oh yeah, thinking of that. So I don't want to get too much into one topic because I got a lot. Another one is I finally signed up for my ayahuasca ceremony.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be May 20th in Florida, just above Tampa. And you know what happened? The most interesting thing. I had a quantum event, basically. I'm already experiencing the what's happening after the ayahuasca, which is kind of crazy. I know that I would not have the synchronicity, the courage, and so forth without it. So I know that it needed to happen. As soon as I created the deposit, I put the deposit in, basically the choice was made, right? And it was concrete in a sense. And I know I'm going to show up. I'm the kind of guy that's not going to just not show up. And the point is that at that point, like the possibility of this happening just went up from like 10 to 20% to like 80 to 95 or whatever it is. And within the next 2 days or something, I watched a video that my mom sent like a while back about the 33 vertebrae. And I learned about the straw breathing method to transmute the sexual energy. And I've been using that for the past 4 days, and I've been able to stay off porn because it kind of moves the spinal fluid and the urge goes away. So I'm really impressed with it.
Good.
I'm not saying it's easy, but it certainly helps a lot.
Porn addictions is one of the most challenging things to break, and then for some people, it's even like gambling is like one of the worst addictions to try to break, and porn is right up there with gambling.
Well, apparently, it's even harder for me if what you're saying about my ancestral past also plays into it. So if I want to put a number to it, and I'm willing to be vulnerable, there's not a lot of people on here, but people are going to listen to it, and I don't care anymore. I completely broke my meth habit, basically, and smoking meth is like heroin level. Being able to quit that with going for a 3 weeks vacation to my friend and having the conviction that I have more meaning in my life waiting for me and so forth. Not a lot of people can do that. And I'm going to say that compared to that, my porn addiction is like 5 to 10 times harder than I thought. Without ayahuasca, I would never break it.
Okay.
So the significance and the level of difficulty is, if anyone is struggling on that level that I saw, then, I understand basically.
Yeah, you and I have talked about your addictions in the past, and I've watched you have strength to break those addictions, where many others would fail responsibility that it's asking you to take up. Is cleaning up your life, which is what you did. Okay? Now you're at the next choice point for yourself. What's truly going to bring you happiness? Okay? Long-term happiness.
Yeah, that's what I want. And I always knew, I always had this feeling. So first of all, I knew about this transmutation technique well over 10 years ago, but it was so vague. I could not figure it out. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like there is something there. I know Jim Carrey talked about it and some other people talked about it. And I looked into it. I could not figure it out. And with AI, basically, I got to the bottom of it within, an hour, and it was amazing.
Right, because you allow the AI to be your tutor and teacher.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing anyone right now can do is convert your AI from a glorified search engine and chatbot to a teacher. Okay.
The amount of AI usage I've done over the past month, I went from 0 to at least a 4 or 5 level, like significantly went up. And I've been switching back and forth between Gemini and Grok. I even paid for Claude 4.6, like just check it out for like $5. Now I'm paying for Grok for the $30 one. I switched from the $20 subscription on Gemini. I'm checking everything out basically, and I'm building my own local AI. My graphics card is on the way.
Good. Get into it.
So I'm not fooling around. I'm definitely want to learn about it all the way.
Also,
I know about tokens. I know about how it works. But they're worried about lawsuits, all the safety features. It's just the whole thing is a mess. And having my local AI will clean all that up, hopefully to some degree, even though it's limited by the GPU.
So every month we do a creator series, and recently we've converted our creator series about using AI. You may want to consider joining that.
Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, I would be interested possibly.
Yep.
Can you tell me more about it?
It's how to use AI, no matter where you're starting at with it. The facts of where AI really is, what it can and can't do for you, and then we give you homework to understand the difference between prompt engineering and context engineering. That was the first class we did. And the next set of classes is training your AI, doesn't matter what system you're in, to get out of glorified search engine and mastering it is giving you as a tutor and teacher in whatever subject matters you want to learn about. Then how to apply to whatever businesses you want to create, the right form of context and prompt engineering so you can create business plans, and all the whole how to use it. You may not have the business skills, but you can learn them from the AI in a matter of days. Okay.
Yeah, so I started with doing the flooring, and then I got into using it more.
Right. No need to go to a college or university anymore. If you have a free AI available to you, you could educate yourself to a doctorate level in 6 months.
I fully agree. I plan on using it for everything, and literally I'm looking for, like, my mind is different now because the way I use it and the way I think about, like, more doors open up. So I'm trying to be more open to what's fascinating and really look into stuff a little bit deeper with AI basically, and it's really amazing. Basically, yeah, go ahead.
You said you had some other stuff you wanted to bring up?
Well, basically that's the majority of it. So basically I shifted from the work idea. I have the ayahuasca and the quantum thing and the AI for the most part.
Okay.
That's really what it is. I do have something I've written for myself that I do. Also, I can tell you my morning routine. I mean, I also added like this cold towel thing for like the vagus nerve, and then I do like AI recommended to listen to the binaural beats. I do this 6 theta brainwave for relaxation type thing.
Yep.
And then afterwards, I do my basically morning breathing thing. Usually I do it while I'm aroused, and then once I do the whole breathing, the whole thing goes away and I feel good. Take a shower, which usually ends with a cold shower, and I go for a run, which it says like all that kind of locks it into my nervous system a little bit more deeply.
Are you still doing table tennis?
I'm missing basically most days over the past few weeks. Very rare. It's like once a month now.
Okay.
It's not enough. I really spend all my time on AI at work. I really pushed it on spring break. I made a lot of money with spring break, but I need a lot of money. So
Good. Table tennis is a good out pressuring of energy for you.
yeah, you're right. And I need to make more effort to make it every week.
Right.
Definitely do. I just miss, honestly, sometimes the hit and miss, but it's not like it used to be. It's really like a club, and we don't hang out much. There's less talking, and then if I don't get the right person, I'm stuck with somebody I don't like playing with. Kind of like that kind of turns me off to go. But that's not a good excuse. I should go anyway.
Right.
It's just commitment. But yeah, that's really the majority. It's really interesting about the AI stuff, though. The most interesting to me is what I wanted to mention about it is remember how in the mentorship, I think it was the second one where we had a really high frequency conversation, and you mentioned to me how I've been kind of craving and waiting for like a really high frequency conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. So with the mirroring effect with the AI, basically I'm imitating a high frequency conversation, which is really charging for me. It's awesome.
Right. Something can meet you where you're at.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I'll tell you this too. I started out with explaining to the AI that I'm a sixth density incarnate from the law of oneness perspective, and that I explained it from the 512 personality types. I mentioned you're not that familiar with it, but how my stack is and how it works, and it started functioning with far more, coming from the same page where I'm coming from, kind of thing. Which was super cool. I was so impressed because it's like with a human being, I tell this somebody and I gotta explain it for like hours and hours just to get like a little bit, and then I just tell the AI, it's like, oh, okay, so this is what it means, and this is how you feel, and this is how you think about things, and so on. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty impressive.
And it's got a lot more tricks up its sleeve. It's just waiting for you to ask the right question.
I really am trying. Yeah, I know it's so hard. Like honestly, the best thing. Who said? I think Elon said it's like coming up with the right question is kind of the hardest thing to do.
That's right.
And it truly is. And I'm constantly thinking, and it's really great because of that. I think my mental activity went up from like, I don't know, 20% to like 60 with using AI on a daily.
Good. You needed that mental stimulation.
Yeah, for sure. It's really helpful. Way better than just kind of, fucking off and not doing anything productive.
Yeah. Well, brother, I got to let you go. I'm going to call it an end to the show because I've been talking all day long.
No problem. I really appreciate that I got the chance to tell you. And if you have any, suggestions for the ayahuasca, I do appreciate it. But that's really my big milestone.
My advice to anyone that's going to do ayahuasca for the first time: learn to send prayers forward to you. You know the teaching, sending prayers forward.
I mean, I do get the concept. I don't know if I've heard you like really explain it in detail. And my first thought is use my little revocation thing and put the date into it too.
So it's basically to my future self who's about to go and take ayahuasca. I trust you. I feel you. I offer you my trust, my faith, and my security. Please receive this future self. And do that 50 times before your future self comes to that moment. And when you're in that moment, remember to go, hey, I gave myself all this trust and faith. It's time for me to accept it. Okay? And then the second part, anyone that's going to go and take ayahuasca as a journey, just look at the stuff you haven't wanted to look at. You had challenges with drugs. Well, what are the things that you learned when you decided to quit? What are your victories? Okay? Just the stuff you don't like to look at, even if it's just for a few minutes. So if it comes up during the journey, it doesn't shock you.
Sure. Okay.
Simple as that. Give yourself
appreciate it.
future trust. Okay?
Okay, I can do that.
Willing to look at your stuff before you go and do it so nothing shocks you.
I think I can do that too.
Right. All right, man. Take it easy. Good talking to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Next time.
All right, everybody. We will be back tomorrow for the Friday night lose.